Hi everyone, Tori here with another Project Life Process video. This one is called This Is How We Do It, and I will be doing a Project Life Process video using these photos, which were taken last year, May, so May 2014, while I was on a work trip with my mom, who I work with, and then another coworker, Carly. So this is the very beginning of our trip, flying to Calgary for 3 weeks of training and conferences and things like that, and then also some of our just downtime and what we did. So I'm going to be doing both sides of the insert. I'm going to start with the first side and then move on to the other one. So thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoy this, and I guess I'll just get right into the process here. So I've already showed you my photos. I decided that I wanted to do the front of the insert would be about the flight and getting there to do the conferences and trainings, and then the back would be about some of the just fun things that we did together just on our day off or at nighttime in between the conferences. And I really am excited to share it with you, so I hope that you enjoy. I am using the Studio Calico Lee Street here. That's a kit for March, or no, April. Oh my, oh, it's already April. Okay, so sorry about that. I am using the April kit for this scrapbook page. So I started by going through the Project Life cards, and I found one that I really wanted to use. It says something about adventure, and that's the card that is in that top left-hand corner. Then I decided I just wanted to use pattern paper for the other squares. So I grabbed the pattern paper pad. It's like an add-on that you can get, and it has 4x6 pattern paper pieces from the month's kits. And then I grabbed that and cut it down. Now, if you're wondering, I am using a Design R Becky Higgins Project Life page divider here. And it was a little big, so what I did was I cut it, so I just had the far left hand side in the middle, and then I cut off the right hand side. And I love doing that, and it doesn't hurt it. I find it's really nice so that I can have different styles and different designs in my album. So it works out well. So I'll just tell you a little bit about the photos and what I'm doing here. I have sped it up because I'm doing 2 pages. I wanted to include it all in one video, and I didn't want it to be too long. So sorry if it's going too fast for you. It's going a little fast for me. But I'll just explain it. And then again, as always, if you have any questions, please leave them below in the question box. I love answering your questions. I read every single comment, and I try to respond to all of them if I can, although some of you have private YouTube channel comment feeds or something and I can't respond. But if I can respond, I do, usually within a couple days, just because I really appreciate your comments. Okay, now, what am I doing? Okay, so I decided to stick down all the cards and the photos and get them ready, and then I would embellish them. And that's sort of the same format that I do all the time. If you've watched my Project Life process videos before, you know that I sort of follow the same sort of trend. 1, I pick my photos, I choose where they're going to be. 2, I go through all of the Project Life cards that come in that month's kit and pick out any that I want to use and fill up the spots. And then if I still have spots left over, I use pattern paper or other Project Life cards that I have in my stash. And I don't know, this is just the process that I find works really well for me, and I do it every single time. And then I stick the photos and the cards down, layering, etc. And then when I'm done with that, then I grab my embellishments and do the fun embellishment part and then the journaling. And that's sort of the process that I'm doing here, and you'll see me do it in probably all of my Project Life process videos. You know, that makes me wonder, how does everybody else do it? Maybe I need to watch more Project Life videos. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Okay, well actually there's no wrong way. Really, if you're just doing it how you enjoy doing it, then it's not wrong. So, okay, back to what I'm doing here. So a little bit about the photos. That photo that I've just grabbed is a photo of Carly looking out the airplane window. We flew from Toronto to Calgary, where our first conference or training sessions were going to be. And then we went from Calgary, we went to British Columbia, then back to Calgary, or back to Alberta, and then we drove to Edmonton, and then drove down to Calgary, and then flew home. So it was like a big 3-week crazy trip, and I'm going to be scrapping a lot of those photos in the next couple weeks. So that photo is of Carly looking out the window. The photo in the middle on the right is a photo of the plane ticket on my phone, and also a photo of the television screen on the plane, which showed like our travel route. And then the bottom left-hand photo is a photo of a water jug and a screen from this conference that we attended. And then the photo collage on the bottom right-hand side is 3 photos from various trainings that we did. So I have said this in other videos, but just in case you're wondering, I work with my mom. I work for her company, and we do abuse prevention and training. So it's a company called Plan to Protect, and we do training, consulting, and policy writing for any organization that works with children, youth, or vulnerable adults to help them prevent abuse from happening. So my job is the director of training, so I do a lot of training. So this trip, or this 3-week trip that I'll be documenting in this video, and then also the upcoming ones, is about a 3-week trip that we made out west to go to a child abuse conference, as well as 5 different trainings that we did for people. A couple of the trainings were trainings that we arranged that held at hotels and people came to, and then one of the trainings was at a local university, I think somewhere in Alberta. So that's just what the photos are about, in case you were wondering. If not, I'll just get back to what I'm doing here. So and one thing I wanted to say is I layered up a bunch of papers, and on those top 2 right-hand cards, I just felt like they needed a little more pop of red because there was some reddish pink in the card in the pattern paper that I used. So I decided to grab a branding strip from one of the Studio Calico papers this month and use that. And so that's that red line that you see on both of those cards. And once I did that, I started grabbing my embellishments, and I'm just going through all of the embellishments that I have from the scrapbook kit, the card kit, and the Project Life kit, as well as the add-on I purchased this month, just to see what I want to add and how I want to embellish this page. So that tag that I just stuck down, as well as the peach pink tag, came from the scrapbook kit this month, and they just are really pretty colors, and I thought they would just add something nice to that bottom card. I also grabbed some chipboard pieces, a red arrow and a gray circle that says like everyday on it. And those chipboard pieces came from the Project Life kit this month. They're so cute. I love using chipboard, but sometimes I find it's too big. So I wish more chipboard was like small enough for Project Life, but I felt like those totally were. And since they came in the Studio Calico Project Life kit, they were probably made for this. So the arrow points to Carly looking at the window, which I thought was cute since the card says Chase Adventure. Now I'm just seeing if any of those tags fit, or what else I want to add. And I decided to use some of these phrase stickers. These phrase stickers come from the 7 paper collection from Studio Calico. The pink ones came in the scrapbook kit, and the gray ones came in the Project Life kit, and I love those phrase stickers. Like, I don't know what it is, but I have something about phrase stickers. I feel like they're just the perfect little added embellishment to just add something to your cards, but they're super easy because you just pull them off, stick them on, and they're adhesive, and they just add that little tiny extra something. I don't know. To be honest, I really struggled with this page, like how to scrapbook it. I wanted to add stuff, but I couldn't find anything. And the photos aren't super exciting, but I wanted to include them in my project life because they were part of like the overall story of us traveling to Calgary for work, and they sort of lead into all the other pictures that will be coming afterwards. So, I don't know. I just scrapbooked them and I wanted to share it with you because I feel like it's a nice page. I actually prefer the other side of this page, which you'll be seeing me do after this. So I use my roller date stamp from Dear Lizzie and some black memento ink to stamp the date, which was May 2014. And then I just grabbed a regular black pen to do my journaling. And maybe this is like a complete no-no, but I couldn't find a pen. I'm going to be completely honest. I could not find a pen. I don't know where they are, but I just tend to lose pens. Like, I have a ton of Project Life and precision pens and other pens, and I looked everywhere for it when I started this layout, and I could not find one of them. Like, not one pen. So I just grabbed a black, like, hotel pen from my desk and decided to do the writing. And I don't even mind. That might be silly, but I lose pens all the time. And I feel like when I'm going to scrapbook or when I want to scrapbook, I just want to scrapbook. Like, I just want to make the page and do it. I don't want to worry about trying to find the right tools or ingredients or whatever. I just want to make the page. So if I couldn't find my black precision pen or a Sharpie or the right pen, but I had another black pen that worked just as fine, then why not, right? So, that's enough about pens. You're probably like, why are you still talking about pens? Okay, I decided to use some of those like peach colored labels just to add my journaling. I didn't have a ton of journaling to add to this page, so I feel like those peach journals are like peach journaling tags or labels are the perfect um, amount of journaling to add. And that's it. That's the first page. I'm just slowing it down here so I can hold up all the cards and show them to you. Like I said, they're pretty simple, nothing extravagant. But it's done, it's documented, and a memory documented is better than one that's not. So it's done. So the second page, like I mentioned earlier, is made up of photos that document some of our nights off or some of just the fun things that we did. So Carly, my coworker, wasn't there with us for the whole entire trip, but she was there for the first part of it, for when we went to the conference and did the first training. So one of the nights, the three of us went out to Red Lobster, and Carly tried lobster for the first time, which she loved. So that's the top two photos. And then another night, we went to a Western bar and restaurant, and with like people from the conference, and we did some fun dancing, and there was also a like one of those rideable bulls. I don't know what you call that. Mechanical bulls, rideable bulls. Oh, like the same thing. Okay, and the photos from the bar are not that great because they were taken on my mom's cell phone, which is not very good. So I just turned them to black and white and I shrunk them down so that you can't really see them. So I'm sorry that you can't really see them on the screen, but I guess there's a lesson to be learned from these horrible photos, that sometimes in life there are moments where you just do not capture them, but you want to capture a memory in your scrapbooking or project life, and sometimes you just gotta use what you gotta use. So I am totally okay with using black and white or blurry photos or photos that aren't super great, just because I'd rather have the memory documented and in my project life than not documented because I didn't get the best photo. And I think years from now, when I look back, I'm not going to worry so much about the fact that the photo's not super great. I'm just going to be happy that there was at least a photo of it so that I could remember the fun that we had line dancing and the fun we had going to Red Lobster and trying lobster for the first time. So yeah. So I started the same way I start all my pages, cropped the photos, stuck them down. Then I picked out some Project Life cards that I wanted to use, and I used these 3 cards, which ironically are designed, well, I guess it's not ironic, but they're all designed by the same designer, Ali Edwards. The one in the top right-hand corner says Life at its Finest with some lines. The one in the middle left says This is how we do it, and the bottom right-hand corner, I think it says You can do this, which is totally applicable to the line dancing because one, I have 2 left feet and I'm a horrible dancer, and I totally did not want to do line dancing, but I mean, when at a western bar, country western bar, you gotta try it, right? So Carly and I tried to line dance, and we actually were not the worst ones there. So the You Can Do This card fits so perfectly there. And then the other patterns that you're seeing, or the other pattern papers, just came from that 4x6 paper pad that I purchased this month with my kit. And they make great Project Life cards because they're the right size, or if you cut them in half, they fit the 3x4 slot. So I grabbed a couple of those peach labels, I cut them in half and added those to 2 of the photos and added a little bit of journaling and date stamping. Now I'm going through this tag and ticket book that I got as a subscriber. It was like a subscriber gift this month, and I just grabbed some tickets. So I grabbed one that says the number 3, and I decided to put that on the top photo of Carly, my mom, and I. I also grabbed the Be Cool one and put that on the photo of Carly having lobster. And I grabbed just a blue one. It had a letter F on it, which I don't know why, for that bottom photo of Carly and I line dancing. And then I just grabbed a couple other tags and layered those over top of the F. I also grabbed the number 2 to show that Carly and I were the 2 people who tried the line dancing. And I cut that Life at the Finest card down so it was just the words that said Life at its Finest down, and I stuck it on some pattern paper and trimmed that out. And I'm just going to stick that on the photo of the 3 of us going to Red Lobster. Just for fun. I like layering different things onto cards, and so you can still see the photos, but you have some like title cards and things like that. Next, I went through the other embellishments that were in the kit, and I grabbed some of these phrase stickers that came from the scrapbook kit as well as the Project Life kit, and I used those on the other page too. So I just grabbed some different words and I layered those on the photos, just using things like awesome or life is wonderful or things like that, just on the different cards, just to add a little bit of extra journaling, because I know I probably won't be adding a ton of journaling on this page. I trimmed some of those down so they would fit better. Then I noticed that I had these 2 rainbow colored chipboard pieces that were like arrows, and I thought those would look cute on the This Is How We Do It card. And I also had this circle. It looks sort of like a pie chart, and it had the same rainbow colors. And I thought in order to bring that color scheme to another card, I could add the 2 triangles on one card and then the circle on the other. And that's it. That's it for the page. I didn't really add anything else. I just slow it down to show you the photos and hold them all up, and the page is done. Thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!